You need to build a fortress. You need to build a fortress around you that can protect you. And you need to build a strong fortress. It shouldn't be something that you are embarrassed of. The fortress should be something that you are actually proud of. So you feel a stronger sense of confidence in who you are and what you can provide for yourself. And not relying on others, make yourself feel good. You build this fortress, you become this person that you protect and that you're proud to protect. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself a chance by challenging your ability to protect your own sanity within your own problems. You know that when you get up and you feel good about going to work out, that you are protecting yourself from the other side of yourself that is lazy enough to think that it's not important. You are to hold yourself accountable for the things that come out of your mouth. And if you don't, then nobody believes you, and especially yourself. So how are you going to protect yourself if you can't even believe yourself, to trust yourself, to know that you would do something that you say you're going to do? You can't protect nothing. There's nothing you can protect if you can't keep your word to yourself. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You know, you gotta keep your word to yourself. If you really want to start, don't make excuses. Just do it. If you want to start incrementally, is it incremental? Is that, can somebody?
Intermittent.
If you want to start fasting, you have to commit to it. The moment you start rejecting the things that you shouldn't have is the moment you realize that you are in control. The one thing that we have control over is our minds and our bodies. So we need to protect those. You can protect your mind with your body, and you can protect your body with your mind. And until you move your body, your mind's not going to understand how to protect the body, because it doesn't even know if it can rely on you to protect it, because it hasn't moved. And I can tell you right now, if your mind wants to protect you without your body, it's going to take the easy way out, because it can't rely on a body that doesn't do jack shit. The battles that we fight internal are the most important ones. They're the only ones that matter. Not only are they the only ones that matter, they're the only ones that we can control. You have enough control to know that you can control yourself, but you can't control the other side. When you battle yourself, you control both sides. You can tell one side to sit the hell down and tell the other side to stomp on the other side. And it's your literal will that makes it happen. No one else can control that but you. So how are you going to not be able to protect yourself from yourself? How are you not going to be able to build the fortress to protect you from allowing others in that you don't want in, to allow others in that you do want in? To expose yourself to yourself so you know what you are protecting. You may have some trauma. Protect it. You can't protect it by feeding it food. You're just covering it up. You're giving it a cover. That's not protection. Somebody can come rip the cover off and you wouldn't even know how they did it, because you're not really protecting yourself. You're just hiding. It's different. Protect yourself, man. Learn how to do it. If you can't learn how to do it, I'll help you. Literally, I'll give you the help you need, but you have to want to do it. You have to face yourself. Every day I tell people, you can't ask for help if you haven't yet walked in front of the mirror, stood there for long enough to understand and look exactly at what you want with yourself. You want to change something. You want to be something. If you haven't done that, you cannot reach out for help. You are wasting everyone's time. And the most time you're wasting is your own, because you could be getting what you need, but instead you're not, because you haven't provided the information to yourself to allow yourself open enough to the idea of actually getting the help, getting the advice, the ideas. You can't have a conversation and bounce ideas off of someone if you ain't ready to have a conversation. Understand where you are. Get there first. It may take you some time. Maybe you need to take a month without talking to anybody about anything so you can really inner reflect about what it is that you want. What do you want? Protect yourself. Build your wall up. Get in there, understand what it is, know what you need to do to construct a stronger wall, get some help doing it, or figure it out. But don't just sit around and act like it's not necessary, because it's completely necessary. We as a people, we are relying on each other to be strong enough to defend, to protect ourselves, so we can walk around and we can share that information. And maybe you're not the type of person that wants to share it. Maybe you're just the type of person that wants to just be that for themselves, and they're cool. But guess what it will do? It will allow you to be just as peaceful as the person that is trying to help somebody. You will not get in the way, because you'll understand what it's like. You'll understand what it takes. And you know that if someone's going through something and you're not there to help them, you're going to get out of the way, because you know how difficult it is. Once you put yourself through it, you will understand how difficult it is. It is not easy, but it is so worth it. The heights that you reach mentally are so worth the struggle of fighting for what you want for yourself, so you can protect yourself from everything that you don't want. So a lot of times we're walking through trying to gain this motivation, right, to keep us working towards what we want for ourselves. And we got it easy, you know? We have it easy. We don't have any problems. And so sometimes you're like, well, I'm okay. I live good. I eat good, and I don't really worry about much. But are you happy? And not that you have to walk through life being happy, especially as a man. A man's job doesn't necessarily mean, when a man has to be what he needs to be for him and his family and his wife, or his other significant other, like the family that he's protecting, he doesn't necessarily need to be happy all the time, but he has to be on point all the time. So he doesn't have time to worry about whether or not he's happy. What makes him happy would be to turn around and see who he's protecting is taken care of. And then he knows that whatever he did to get to that point, he'll have to keep doing. And that is enough motivation to keep him from backing down and becoming worthless. But some of us, even as men, we need hardships. It just does something to the soul. It does something to the mind. When you lose something very important to you, when you hit rock bottom and you have nowhere to climb but up, that's when you find out who you really are. Not everybody needs that. And if you're not the type of person that needs that, take advantage of the information that I'm giving you and take action now, before you get hit with hardship that you can't handle. Because if you're in a position now where you have the luxury to be able to take advantage of building yourself, building your fortress, building yourself and your protection without having hardships, do it. Hardships, the word hard is in there for a reason. Because when it hits, it is not easy to deal with. And not everybody can deal with the consequences of what it takes. Sometimes you have to do things like live on the streets. Sometimes you have to do things like go hungry for days. Not everybody can do that. Some people will lose their mind, become suicidal. Some people need to go get medication. Some people just become so negative that they're just self-destructive. So not everybody, you shouldn't want that. You should understand where you are and know that you can get to that height without it if you're just disciplined enough. If you just pay attention to the things you have around you that you know you can use to make it happen. Take full advantage of all your opportunities, take advantage of it all. Now, without hardship, being able to snap out of the idea of, I don't have what I want, I'm not where I want to be, I'm going to get it right now. That takes a certain mindset. There's definitely less of those people than there are people who need to go through hardships. And the rest of us are just lingering, wondering when our turn is coming, thinking that somebody's supposed to come hand us something, waiting for the next president to say he's the one that's going to take us out of where we are. Don't wait, because what you are expecting will never happen. I'm telling you, all of these political issues, all of the worldly issues, unless you're literally in the middle of a coup and you have to stay in your house, or if you are in a country where, tribes are fighting each other, then you don't really have to worry about what the hell's going on in the government. You could literally, especially if you're in America, you need to stop being a damn baby and just get it. It is the opportunity. We are so stuck on medication and so sick in the head from obesity and unhealthy habits and unhealthy lifestyle that we can't even see that we're living in a melting pot of opportunity. The people from the outside, on the other side of the world and from other countries, they see it. And they come here and they take advantage of it all the time. But we don't. Why? Because we think we're so freaking spoiled and babied and coddled. But the moment you wake up and if you can snap yourself out of it, you could be just whatever you want at that time. I don't care how old you are. Your age is only the amount of time is to gauge the amount of time you've been on this earth. If you haven't been taking care of yourself, your age will tell you. If you have, then no one will be able to tell what age you are. Because as long as you're taking care of yourself, you always give yourself a chance. Physically, mentally. If you are able-bodied and you are mentally stable enough to understand that if you have something to work on, you can work on it mentally, then you have a chance. Take your chance. Protect yourself. I'm not going to keep telling y'all better do this, man. Seriously. We're going to be a world fit. We're going to be a world fit. I'm going to make it happen. Some people may think I'm crazy, but I really am dumb enough to believe that we can actually be one big happy world of fit people. Maybe I'm an idiot, but I'm going to believe it until the day my lights turn off. Well, get out of here. Go do something with yourself. What are you still looking at me for? Why don't you subscribe? Why don't you hit that little button down there, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can get notified when I drop a new episode. And you can also leave a comment down in the bottom and tell me what you think about what you are watching and what you're listening to.